Welcome, though, to the session. There are a few things that I will be trying a little bit differently, but nothing too crazy. I will be. I just thought it might be fun to fuck around with battle maps a little. It's not like a huge deal, but sometimes I think about how I have Foundry, and it does have the capability to do some kind of cool stuff that I don't really take advantage of in this game because of the way we normally have just like a splash screen and like Theater of the Mind. Um, it's not like a big deal, and it won't be like 5e or anything where you have to worry about attacks of opportunity and like movement speed and all that. It's more like just a visual aid. Welcome to welcome to Japan, I guess. We open on the city of Morioh 1 month prior to the game we are currently in. Morioh was once a quiet and peaceful city, nice little town, suburb in Japan. Supernatural events that occurred in the city in the 2000s kind of shook things up. There was even rumors of a serial killer and the appearance of a strange rock that had a face on it. It's never quite been normal, but after the events of 2011, things got really out of hand and it became a sort of hotbed for supernatural activity. First, starting with the appearance of more ghosts and other spirits around the perimeter of the city that eventually began to move in and even live there peacefully for the most part. As things progressed, um, the people of Morioh became a little bit more at ease with the more supernatural denizens, and it even became a bit of a tourist spot, destination where you can go to cursed or blessed hot springs, where you could maybe take a picture, and in the background there would be a friendly spirit just waving. It almost was like for a while, for a good while, almost like an amusement park. And the spirits that lived there, the ghosts, were comfortable with the situation. Well, not all of them exactly appreciated the idea of being amusements and novelties, but it's an easy life. And God knows all the free offerings that are dropped off for you can make a ghost fat with sacrificial attention and devotion. Even some of the cuter ghosts may have fan letters sent to them from people who are very interested in marrying a deceased individual or a fox that will inevitably probably kidnap them into the forest or anything really. There's a lot of where is my fox waifu? That was Morioh for a long time until the tsunamis and storms of 2095 hit Japan. And that once peaceful, fat, and lazy land of Morioh became, just like the rest of Japan, turbulent and troubled as a curse bloomed in the heart of Japan itself. Something struck Japan proper, like a meteor, shower of them actually. And when they landed, they brought with them something, a sickness or an unbalancing sort of radiation. The only term that it's really known as by for the spirits of Japan is the curse of the golden echo. This thing that has created these strange cascading loops, these curses that seem to consume entire cities full of people. Tokyo has been destroyed more times than the word has probably been spoken in a year. It's really insane at times, having to do things like go out, get a cup of coffee. Everyone's head starts floating off. They just float away into the sky. They're screaming, they're shouting, there's crying, and then the sun rises and everything's back to normal. These cycles, these events, these disasters happen with such predictability at times that there is even a national forecast service that is available for every citizen of Japan for free. For example, today's forecast is erupting graves. This is a scene aspect that you guys can always invoke if you want. Graves just pop out of the ground, like just tombstone. They just bust through things. Sometimes just a whole coffin with an undead individual who will just pop out and begin causing trouble. It's not exactly fun. But what you find in Japan in the modern day is most of the time when you're on your way to work and a grave pops up in front of you, you just kind of like walk over it. just try to avoid it. If it gets dirt in your sock, you have to stop, take your sock off, empty it out, put it back on, and go back to work. Businesses don't close down for these disasters. If you're scheduled to work at a counter on a day when the city's going to be flooded, you bring scuba gear. Life has to go on. At least that's what the Japanese government says. No matter what, we're going to keep things normal, we're going to keep things productive, and we're going to see it through. So, if your neighbor turns into a burning skeleton that starts shouting 1,000 different profanities at you and your ancestors, walk away. Don't engage. It's just giving them what they want. For those of you currently in this game, you are residents of an inn in Morioh, known as the First Light Inn. One of the remaining yokai and spirit friendly establishments in Morioh. There's still some that exist, but this one's like generally the nicest, and the people who run it are very understanding of yokai. They are old school kind of believers in the spiritual, and they just wanted to have a nice, peaceful place. In the event that when they ever became wandering ghosts themselves, they always thought it'd be nice to have just a spot where they could retire in the afterlife of sorts. Unfortunately, one of them, it was a husband and wife owner, one of them got particularly sick. And in the face of actually losing their spouse, they decided that it might be better to just retire away from Japan. And so they have sold the First Light Inn. The new owners were some kind of strange Japanese real estate business that none of you had ever heard of, but they didn't seem to cause much trouble. And it's been a few months since they took over. The facilities are being maintained properly. The people that come in and do work are strange, as in they are robots, but otherwise, no big deal. And life has been going on more or less as it has been for the past 2 decades or so. People still come to Morioh on occasion to see the sights and hobnob with the spirits, but the curses that just permeate the entire country have kind of lessened the novelty of just, shaking hands with your favorite kind of friendly spirit. And in that way, it's almost like all of you are kind of not exactly unemployed, but not exactly doing as well as you used to. Not by far. Yes, in fact, you are maybe sometimes too normal, as some of the curses are so horrifying that even you spirits find them to be troubling. Like, for example, just the idea of all of the fat in a person's body turning into blood, just converting like as if through alchemy is horrible when you see it happen. A person just turns into a sagging red balloon and then falls over and explodes. It's disgusting. Luckily, it seems to mostly happen to humans, not to you guys. So there is that. But still, I mean, what was once a nice scenic place to live, where people treated you nice and brought you all the food you liked, has become, let's face it, an inevitable kind of you're not going to be here for very long, it seems. Just there's no way that things are going to go well. The government is run by stupid humans who live short lives. You spirits are maybe interested in moving other places, or maybe want to take your stand, or maybe you just don't have too strong of an opinion so far because it hasn't affected you personally. To start, let's take a look at some of your character profiles. So, Aotoko, you are an Oni who has lost your partner. What happened to your partner exactly?
Creative differences.
Right on. Okay, that happens. Um, Lifestyle guru. So you are someone. Are you like a life coach, pretty much?
Yeah, yeah, I kind of based the character off the idea of like the red Oni and blue Oni, because that's just a big enough trope that it's kind of expanded out from like just Japanese culture. Um, and so I was looking into like the actual story, and so in the original story, the red Oni wants to play with children, but he's an Oni, so he scares them. So the blue Oni offers up like, hey, I'll actually scare the kids, and then you scare me off, and the kids will like you because you're their protector. So that happens, and then the red Oni goes back to their cave and finds that the blue Oni left because he was like, hey, if the kids find out that we're friends, they won't trust you anymore, so I have to leave. And then they never see each other again. And so something similar to that happened. Yes, cry every time.
Wow, that's horrible. I do.
And so yeah, so now Aotoko is out on their own, doing what they were doing before, and doing it solo.
I'm gonna say that it's likely that the residents of the First Light Inn all are familiar with one another. So, how would the other residents kind of feel about your character? Like, just kind of keep a low profile.
Well, I made Flashy the highest stat, so probably not too
Okay.
well. I feel like now that he's solo, he's probably trying to drum up a lot of business, um, to keep himself afloat. So, he's
Right
probably
on.
used to them just trying to figure out what to do next to keep going.
So, if there was a ramen stand where you could advertise your business to people that are stopping for lunch, you'd probably maybe do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably one of those like things where he's hanging out there, like he has like a glass of water or something, and then if he overhears conversation, he'll just interrupt and, oh, do you need my services, like kind of stuff like that. Like, I couldn't help but hear.
So, someone who runs a ramen stand is just Amy Takagi, Takagaki, Takagi. Yes, Takagi. That is you. You're just a normal person, right?
Yeah, seemingly. Yeah.
You are a tea house geisha wannabe and you run a ramen stand. Broke and in debt and recently divorced and also an older woman. Polite, but trying to run your business can be sometimes difficult when there's a blue Oni who's just outside trying to be a hype man and sell their services. How does your character feel about the work that Otako is doing here? Otako. Tako.
She
Yeah, it's Aotoko.
Aotoko. Yeah.
she doesn't mind it. She's
Okay.
actually just like a young guy just trying to do his thing. She thinks that's very productive. And is he a regular customer?
I would say customer's a loose term. He's probably trying to keep what he has, but he does have to spend money to be there. Like, he knows that. So yeah.
Well, she'll throw in a little extra into his bowl whenever she sees him because he seems young and like he's still growing. And
How old is your character?
I mean, I don't know the lifespan of like Oni and like Yokai. I assume they're just kind of ageless unless
Yeah.
you like exercise them. So I don't know. I hadn't really thought about how long he's been around, but I assume it is an otherwise unnatural amount of time.
Since she's a human and doesn't know that, how old do you look?
He probably looks like late 20s, early 30s. Like he's trying to look like the right age to be like a hip youth to sell his services of
Oh,
working his life. Yeah.
a fellow kid's kind of Oni. Okay.
A little bit. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like he probably does put the work in to try and keep up with stuff, but like everything was fine, and then all of a sudden all these weird like daily curses shit started happening. So now it's like juggling that with like, how do you dress appropriately for the apocalypse, you know?
Yeah. Plus, there's this new music genre called curse hop that is horrible to listen to, and it's just painful. So that's not fun.
okay, for the record, Aimi is scared of Curse Hop, and she secretly hopes he's not one of those.
Oh, you can tell he's not into curse hop because you can see him walking in and out of doors, and as opposed to appearing randomly and blasting music.
Okay, good. Yeah, she's heaping
Yeah.
extra noodles in there when she sees him.
Nobody likes curse hop. It's just obnoxious. You're just trying to sleep at night, you know. An MC just appears like right by your bed and just leans over and then puts a mic like right up to their mouth, but also very close to your ear and starts just rapping as fast and loud as they can.
No.
Yeah, it's awful. Oh, you like curse hop? Okay, well. You also have another person I'm gonna say who maybe enjoys the ramen at your stand. Something of a recluse, maybe. That's a spider joke.
Yeah.
There is a spider woman who exists within the First Light Inn, who is she a shut-in or what is she? What is
Yeah,
she like?
she's pretty much a shut-in. She doesn't interact with people directly, but she might leave them little omomoris, which are the little blessings, if they're like nice to insects or spiders or tinier creatures. Like if they, she might bless someone, but she's generally like hiding and like watching people. And this like leaving this inn is utterly a terrifying idea to her. Like she's
Oh no! So we'll
So
say
she's a
that.
NEET.
Yeah.
yes, correct. She's a spider NEET.
So would you say that maybe in exchange for tasty ramen that you don't have to go too far away for, you probably leave blessings at the ramen stand, right?
Yeah. She probably has a few. Like a bowl of ramen will go missing, and she'll just find an omamori that actually works. Like it will actually bless her in some way.
Okay, Aimi has these stashed like here and there, like superstitiously. She enjoys these, and she needs all the luck she can get.
I'm going to that's going to be an aspect for your character, Amy. You have a blessed ramen stand.
Hell yeah.
That is a scene aspect that you can use. The ramen stand whenever you want, it's blessed, so you can use that in case you need to duck and cover behind something. You have a blessed ramen stand to do it. So yeah,
Thanks, Spider Lady.
yeah, thanks, Spider Lady. How does your Spider Lady feel about folk music?
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there is a woman who is of a strange sort of paranormal persuasion, such as yourself, who is the local, sort of well known, I guess, folk singer and performer for the inn. Yoshimi. Yoshimi, what kind of life do you feel like your character lives? Like, is it pretty secluded, or do you like hanging around with people? Are you very social?
I would say she's like pretty social.
Okay.
Not like too shy or anything.
Well, then on occasion you may notice that there is a spider woman who just will dart in and out of corners or around corners or just vents, maybe even, who doesn't seem to be very socially engaged at all, is actually quite shy and leaves very small, strange, blessed paper dolls around. They might even maybe bother you a little. I don't know.
Technically, they're fabric.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fabric, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, little fabric blessings. How does your character feel about, I guess, a person like that? They might even, someone that sees that spider might even get spooked and maybe like kind of ease away from your a performance if they see the spider, you know. So it might not be great for sometimes if you're just trying to play it like busk almost. The spider can sometimes spook people. Spiders are spooky.
She does bring friends, so
Oh yeah, okay.
it's not great. You probably will see the friends more than you see her, which is still not great for a performance.
Yeah. Would we as we would all know that each other, like we would know that we're all ghosts and spirits and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, like it's always obvious.
Okay.
Well, to them, to you, maybe not as much, but yeah, to them, they generally can tell. Like they have a sense of human and not human.
Okay, so I would probably know that she's there running around under the floorboards and stuff too.
Yes.
I was gonna originally say like she'd be maybe like intrigued by or like just kind of wonder about her, like think the blessings are cool and nice, but maybe not since she's like disrupting performances somehow.
Like maybe this is a person who, with a makeover and maybe a little social coaching, could be decent company. perhaps, but they're a reclusive individual, very shy.
I've tried to catch her.
Yeah.
Like anytime he like thinks he knows where she's coming like up and out through the boards, he's trying to slide his card through like the wood planks or whatever. Like he's going to get her attention at some point.
She takes your card and makes a little omori for it, and then like you find
Gives
it,
it back.
like you find it in your pack or something. You never see her, but you have a very nicely embroidered, like obviously like well crafted, took a long time little present.
Yeah, I like that then. So we have kind of that relationship. And then finally, perhaps during some of your performances, you've also noticed that there is is Raven a cursed human? Is that what it is?
Kind of. How I envision it is kind of like someone who just got cursed way back during the Potion Wars to just avenge people who just pretty much
During which wars?
the Potion Wars. I think it is 1868, I believe.
Ah, I am looking it up right now. So you have been. So you're not human, exactly.
No.
Are you? You're undead.
Kind of undead, yeah.
Undead or a ghost, kind of. Just a undead assassin, almost, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. And you currently work for the Yakuza, is that right?
Yeah, currently.
What are the conditions to like be able to, I guess, hire a person or summon a person? Like you just need to know the ritual or something?
It's definitely kind of ritualized, because I imagine it the first time was a woman had a affair with a nobleman's son. Nobleman found out, he drowned her, and she summoned it just by kind of being near water and having like a slow death and praying for vengeance.
Maybe maybe a blood, like does a bloodline thing kind of sound like it makes sense for that as well? Like a
Yeah, bloodline thing also makes sense.
so like a almost a there's terms for that sort of thing, right? Isn't there? There's like family spirits or family guardians in Japan, I think, for is it for Shinto that
I think so.
they have those? Yeah, so maybe that's kind of your character's deal, was they were tied to an important military family or royal line even, and as you've moved up, the line that you're connected to moved down to the Yakuza or just other criminal kind of descendants, and as a result, the once kind of like noble, fearsome avenger that was this woman named Raven has become kind of little more than a Yakuza tough or a hit woman. Does that all sound like it tracks well for you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I mean that could be a reason why you're in the First Light Inn as well. Maybe the current descendant or descendants are just kind of scumbags, and they only summon you for like when they have like lottery debt or some kind of like dumb shit, and it's just not the same as it used to be in the good old days.
Yeah. Used to be able to assassinate daimyos, and now it's just some gambler who
Yeah.
pissed them off.
Yeah, right. Or someone who cut them off in traffic or something really. Yeah, how does your character like the job of assassination? Is it fun?
Used to be fun, but now it's just a chore, really. It's like it's just become a 9 to 5 job, basically, essentially.
And you're not usually someone who has to deal with, I'm sure, your fellow yokai, your fellow spirits, right? You're just mostly someone who kills like humans, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she doesn't. She tries not to take like jobs against yokai because that's always a mess, and
Yeah. Oh,
it's just not worth it.
do you have the ability to turn down work?
She can do it probably only if it's against yokai. I think is
Okay.
just like spirits and stuff. She can turn down that, but humans she really can't.
Okay. Yeah, that all makes sense. All right, so then at your performances, sometimes, Yoshimi, there is, I would say a person like Raven's probably pretty, like you're probably known for doing what you do, right? You don't try to hide your job or anything.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, so local Yakuza, tough enforcer spirit. For the yokai, probably seen as more of like a a dog catcher or pest control expert than like an actual assassin of sorts. Like, yeah, she kills them, but like, what does it matter when you're like 1,000 years old? Humans die all the time. Sometimes by doing dumb shit like falling off of roofs while they're trying to like climb a ladder. Like, this person Raven just makes it happen faster, as far as like a person who has like an extended lifespan would be concerned. Yeah, that's there's a customer then at the inn and maybe even at the ramen stand that you've seen around. Raven's not the is Raven the type to make trouble or anything, or just generally agreeable?
Yeah, she's pretty agreeable. I mean, she'll probably like if she gets drunk enough, she'll just start boasting about the old days. But other than that, she doesn't really make trouble.
And there's an Oni that maybe I don't think it'd be too far fetched to say maybe your Oni hype man is trying to suggest like a career change, but trying to suggest a career change to a lifelong assassin is a tricky business. So
Yeah, they probably he's probably tried often, and
Oh yeah,
she's
he's probably thrown everything that he could at her. Just any single idea he's had about like job off, like anything else.
and if you get really drunk and you're really bored, you can always, for fun, try to hunt down the spider that's running around the ducks. She's quick. She hides super well.
indeed.
I mean, you don't got just catch her,
Yeah,
drag her out and make her drink something.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just probably just tried to get her to drink something out in the
Yeah.
open.
Or eat or share some food, or yeah, just like, hear a funny joke. Get her out of here. Get her out here.
No.
Well, that's
Come
life.
on.
That's been life at the inn then. For the most part, you guys have all been just trying to like live your lives with some dignity and just peace when you can. Although the nature of the world and existence as you know it is kind of always been a tumultuous thing. It's only been lately within the past 2 decades, which for some of you is almost a blink of an eye, honestly. 20 years comes and goes like months for humans. There's been this upset. There's been this kind of balance that's been just completely upended. And as a result, humans, like I said, have been like less frequent visitors of the inn. And when they do come in, sometimes something awful just happens. Like you'll be talking to one, things will be going well, and then next thing you know, like their head falls off, like I mentioned, or like they just turn into a skeleton and scream for 24 hours, or something like that.
That's dreadful.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, you're the one we're most worried about, too, being a squishy human, a curseable human.
Well, she has those blessings around her ramen stand.
Oh, good. Do those actually help?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you need a lot of them, sure, but
Yeah.
they help. Like maybe once
Okay.
per day, one of your blessings will burn up,
Interesting.
just turn to ash and blow away. Just keep adding more. You're fine.
Yeah, keep giving her ramen.
Yeah, she sets out a special bowl just to keep those blessings coming.
Yeah. Don't know where it comes from, but I don't turn into a blood puddle, so.
That's so gross.
Well, for the residents of First Light, there's been an announcement posted and a summons for a meeting in the inn lobby.
Who's it posted by? Like, does it have a name attached to?
Yes, it does have a name attached. The name is Dorobo Group, and we can assume, I think, that most of you would probably go, right? I would think.
They
Sounds
own this place
important.
now, so
Yeah.
What's in the lobby?
Well, let's take a look. Haha, look at this. It's a battle map.
Oh, this is much fancier inn than I thought.
Yeah, it's not a bad little hotel you're in. So the announcement was posted kind of around the lobby, and there's been a couple flyers handed out from just kind of weird ethereal people that will just walk by occasionally. They're kind of like more shadows than people that'll just like hand you a flyer and then walk away. They don't talk. They don't have faces. They're not quite ghosts. There's something else. It's more like they're just like walking shades. Now, yes, as I was saying, since Noisy just got back, there's an announcement posted around the lobby and being handed out by strange shadowy figures. It just says there's going to be a general meeting in the lobby of the hotel shortly for an announcement to be made. Please, all residents are advised to attend this. So, even though there's just your tokens out, you can assume that there are other spirits and kind of weird ogres and just an eyeball with legs and et cetera, et cetera. Just kind of all shuffling around, complaining. Sure, one of them is just listening to headphones, bobbing their head, that sort of thing. These are kind of the patchwork fabric of what is the residency of the First Light Inn. It's just a collection of very strange spirits and creatures. We're just very comfortable around one another here over time. Upon the appointed hour, you're all here and gathered, you hear the kind of footsteps all synchronized, all in lockstep, of 4 figures marching through the front door and standing in a line at attention. You can all tell right away that these are not humans. They don't have any kind of sign of life in them. They're just robots, automatons. It's likely you've seen something like these moving around the city, especially recently. But it's only now that they're apparently just all walking in like this, like almost soldiers. They're not moving forward. They're just standing between the residents of the lobby and the entrance. And behind them, 2 figures emerge through the door. Well, no, they're not both Sunny. The figure with the glasses clears his throat. Dorobo, Dorobo, we stand tall. Hey everyone. Hi. My name is. He just takes a moment to try to push his way through the robot soldiers in front of him. There we go. My name is Sunny Fortuna. Hello, I'm the secretary to the chairman of Dorobo Group. I don't believe we've met ever at all. I'm sure you're wondering why this announcement was called. Well, let me just assure you that it won't take long. This establishment has come under new management, as you know. Owners actually have taken over. And those owners are Dorobo Corporation. As I mentioned, he kind of fumbles as he tries to take some note cards out of his pocket. Just looks through them. Let's see. Dorobo, we stand tall. Elimination. No, that didn't get to that part. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Please be advised, Dorobo Corporation will be cleansing the property. Services are being provided courtesy of the Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad. I don't know if you've heard of them. All non-humans, which is, he looks around the room, most of you, are subject to removal at the discretion of Dorobo Corporation. Failure to comply, he adjusts his glasses and squints at the card. Could result in exorcism. Thank you for your cooperation. If there are any of you that need help with relocation or would like to speak to a Dorobo corporate representative, I will be on the premises for the majority of the cleansing, as well as my associate. Get up here, Yozan. And then this other guy pushes his way through. Yozan steps in and just kind of like picks his ear with his pinky finger and says, yeah, whatever he said, I don't know. And then they, Sonny kind of like holds his hands open as if waiting for applause. Huh? Huh?
Aimi
What?
will applaud a little bit, shyly, politely.
You have, Sonny looks down at his watch. We'll say, what seems fair to you, Yozan? Yozan looks down at his own watch, which is on the opposite wrist. I don't know, 5 minutes. And then they start arguing over the time. Sonny thinks that's not long enough. Yozan thinks that's too long. They are bickering quite a bit between themselves, giving you all some time to converse amongst yourselves about what any of that means.
Aimi's gonna lean in close to the woman in front of her and say, "Oh, what are they talking about? He said most? Didn't think this place needed cleansing or anything.
So wait, so does she not know that we're like supernatural, basically?
For the most part, probably not. Most of you, yeah. Unless it's like really obvious.
Okay. I haven't the slightest idea what could be going on.
Huh. Well, they are the new owners, so I suppose they could do just whatever they like. And, well, good for them. She's looking around the room.
Great, back to my old hunting grounds.
Yeah, my Yoshimi looks pretty nervous.
Do any of your other characters have any kind of, I don't know, you can directly address Sunny and Yuzan if you want. They're not exactly holding a gun on you or anything. Although I will say any of your supernatural characters do get the feeling that they are definitely not right. And especially for which one of you? Let me think. I'm going to say Raven. Raven, you're going to notice that between them is an incredible amount of malevolence, like awful levels of malevolence. It's existing between the two of them, like a strange black string.
Ooh, should probably just squint and go, that ain't good.
Sonny will turn to address the crowd if they're, you know, I mean, you will notice that your fellow spirit residents here are very displeased with the idea of being evicted from their property. Some of them have been here for almost a century, if not in this inn in particular, then in Morioh. So just kicking everyone out for a corporation, first of all, corporations come and go. So what the fuck? That's not a big deal. But then second of all, how dare these asshole humans? Um, if any of your characters have particularly strong feelings about the arrogance of humanity, I guess now's the time to let it be known.
I feel like Raven will probably step up and go, uh, what, we don't even get compensation for our time here?
Sonny will turn and look at you, Raven, say, well, what would you like? A $5 off coupon to the local ramen stand? I hear it's actually quite affordable anyway, but the $5 might really just make the meal practically free. I don't know.
What's your relocation plan, eh?
The relocation plan. Well, the relocation plan is to get you out the front door and then you're officially relocated.
And what if we don't go?
He
We've been
just
here.
looks through his notes.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's staring him down and just goes, "We've been here longer than you have, human, and we intend to stay."
Yozan, the other one, steps forward and says, well, if you don't get out of here, you're going to get your ass kicked. And that's not even corporate lingo or anything. It's just a matter of fact. I mean, look, you don't got to get your ass kicked. You can just go. He just thumbs towards the door. Anytime. Just get out. Don't make us
Yeah,
kick your ass.
listen, bud. Okay, we've been around here longer than you. When you were a baby, we've been here living off of this place and giving it money. At least give us compensation.
I've been living here since this place was a shack. That's
Oh.
how long we've been here. I don't think you get to just decide that. I'm pretty sure there's, I don't know, some weird human law
Sonny
about
holds up a
living
finger.
here.
There isn't. There's no law. You don't have a birth certificate. So no law at all. You're not citizens.
I just
This-
googled squatters' rights
Oh,
on my Uzeek. I
oh
feel
yeah.
like that's a pretty solid case.
Sonny starts to sweat. What do you mean? I don't. He goes through his own phone. What does that mean? What does he mean by that, Yozan?
I don't. Hang on, I'm looking it up too, and he's staring down at his own phone,
The
trying to figure out human law very quickly.
go ahead and roll. Give me a flashy roll to see just how much that flusters Sonny. 4.
Hey,
Sonny, I'm gonna say, is pretty flustered. We'll see if Yozan can help him. Oh, the 4. Well, you keep Sonny doesn't go crazy for the moment. Yozan seems to be helping him kind of mellow out, although there's still like he's still pretty confused, and Yozan doesn't seem too particularly interested in just going over a bunch of legalese. So Sonny finally turns around to your group and says, "Okay, fine, fine. We'll just be back tomorrow, and you better be gone. And I just need to review this with the legal department, which we already did, but I'm going to triple check it. And if any of you are still here, I'm going to sue." And he just aims
I'll
his
sue you
finger.
right back.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
He just gets flustered again. Go ahead and give me a roll. I guess forceful, because you're kind of forcefully saying you're going to sue him with a 3. This time, also a 3. Wow. You notice that Sonny seems easily kind of just flat. He's very flappable. He's a very easily flustered man. But his partner, presumably his twin brother, I mean, let's face it, spitting image, seems much cooler in a situation like this. Instead, he just like puts a hand on Sonny's shoulder and says, "Okay. Look, we will be back in a day. Nobody's suing anyone because, let's face it, that's boring. And instead of worrying about legalese, we're going to, as the owners of this new establishment, Dorobo Corporation, that is, as we own this place, we're going to be moving in some new residents. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to move in some new residents while we settle this legal dispute. So I hope you guys have, I don't know, 7, it's 7, right? 7 rooms ready, and open. If not, don't worry, they will be soon. That's not a threat, so you can't sue me for it. Besides, I don't
I,
think there's any law that covers that sort of thing.
I'll look that up.
You better. Sonny, don't look it up. Sonny was already looking it up. Let's go, bastards. He kind of aims fingers at all the robots. Um, they're presumably called bastards, and together they quickly leave. Sonny is still flustered, seems on the verge of hyperventilating. You can see that actually, as they're leaving, Sonny is pulling a bottle of pills out of his pocket and just kind of starting to chew on them like candy. They managed to leave, giving you guys some breathing room and a day to figure out what it is that you want to do. If what they said is true, I mean, first of all, although your bluff or even just a consideration of squatters' rights might have turned Sonny into a bit of a mess there for a second, there's no rights for spirits. Like, it just doesn't. There's no law that covers this sort of thing, even with all the crazy shit that's happened in Japan. The only laws that really exist that say are ones that say if you're found to be using spirits in link with gambling or business deals, you could be going to prison for fraud. Otherwise, not really covered any sort of like rights or anything like that.
I wonder who the new residents could be. Maybe they're nice people, right?
They're probably gonna listen to Curse Hop or something.
Oh no!
If they do, I'm throwing them out the window.
Oh no, 100%.
Oh no, not curse hop.
Either way, we should probably be ready for the worst. I don't know if there's anything you guys need to do, but do you guys hear something? Is that any like he whips around?
You hear skittering as she goes into the vent.
The spider! And you see, Raven just starts chasing around for it. Is she hurt?
You residents, well, minus the human, but you residents are kind of I'll say some of the oldest, or at least most intelligible spirits that are around. So the others will look to you for sort of direction on what should be done. They're not exactly sure because they've never been kicked out in mass like this. I mean, there have been situations in the past, sure, at some temple or shrine where a bunch of spirits get exorcised, but this is not a temple. This is supposed to be civilization with the humans cling so dearly to and talk about what makes them better than the beasts. You don't exactly just go around just kicking everyone out like this in the modern era, especially not after 2011. I mean, it seems like that sort of thing went out the window, and that's just barbarism at this point. So, what you're facing is honestly a situation where some asshole, it's almost like two asshole priests have decided to come in and just like kick you all out of a place where you're not even hurting anyone. So it's not a great deal. But you are kind of the leaders, technically, sort of this group of yokai. So they'll kind of follow your lead for the most part. You may need some roles if you want to organize them to do anything too complex, but otherwise, yeah. What do you guys have? A few things you can do. You can either comply, you can put up a resistance, or you can seek some kind of legal or social um, remedy for what you're dealing with.
This seems like a really old building. Like, really old.
It is. It's extremely old and it's been built up over time, so that's why it's fancy right now. But it didn't start out that way. Like Aotoko said, this was once a shack, kind of like, or at least in a little like small village, just a small inn. And now it turned into this thanks to the good fortune provided by the yokai who have stayed here, who have given blessings. It's not like you guys are freeloaders, you know. Like the family that used to own this place, it's likely that you guys helped them to get rich. Well, sort of rich. They still needed to sell it in the end, but you've given them a prosperous life, and as well as humans who come in are decent to you and provide offerings and even sacrifice of whatever. um, it's likely that your yokai nature has given them some like prosperity, yeah, in their life. So to be kicked to the curb like this, it's kind of messed up.
Hey, is there like a little pond in the back or anything? Like a
Sure, for you know what, for a fate point, yeah, spend a fate point. There's a pond.
Nah, I was just thinking that Aimi, even though she can't deal with tea, she still likes to make a thing out of like the water she uses, like the hot water for her ramen. And I was wondering if like maybe the inn had something she needed for that.
Oh, well, I mean, in that case, we'll just, I would say still spend a fate point, but you have a blessed herb garden, or yeah, even a spring or a hot spring. Sure, you spend one fate point, you get a fucking onsen. Come on, just do it. You'll get it back. In fact, you'll get it back right now, because aside from the fact that this place has like herbs that you maybe need for um, some of the ramen you make, you are too broke to just fucking move. And these are all your customers, more or less. So if they're gone, you don't know who the fuck's going to buy your ramen. It's likely that the new owners will just like probably take a look at your stand and just kick you out. You don't have the money to move a whole stand. So
Oh no. Okay.
You're compelled kind of to stick with your friends here and kind of go with them to. Basically, you're compelled to put up a resistance, I will say, or like try to stay here.
I think we should barricade the place so that they can't come back.
I mean, that could work, but what are we gonna barricade it with?
Nails, wood, anything, chairs, you know. Here, I'll start right now. And she'll go fuss for things to, get the door all hard
Barricade?
to open. Or, yeah.
Okay. Give me a careful roll to create an obstacle. You can use one of your fate points to re-roll or plus to it if you'd like. But the passive opposition for this is going to be, we'll say it's a 4.
Can I have sister?
Yeah, absolutely. What you want to do in that case? How do you want to assist her?
Okay. She doesn't see the person that hands her was just like a really thick rope, and it's like kind of sticky.
Oh.
Spider silk. She's just giving her spider silk, just like a massive amount of spider silk.
Oh, thank you. That's very polite. I'm gonna use a fate points reroll.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a. Um, Also, give me a careful roll. Daoko. Daoko. Careful and careful. Okay. Oof. 0. So yes, you can absolutely give her a +2, but you somehow got an even worse roll. Oh my god. Amy. I'm gonna first of all, what is it you invoked for your first fate point expenditure? We'll say maybe like because you're broke and because you're recently divorced, we'll say you have more experience doing like handyman craft work and like your own, just rolling up your sleeves kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds good. Sorry, it takes me a second to toggle the mute off.
Right. And you did roll under the target, which means you can still make an obstacle and succeed, or you can spend another fate point and definitely succeed. It's up to you. You will get your fate points back. I'm going to be better
Yeah,
about compels.
I'll spend another fate point to invoke Broken in Debt.
Okay. Yeah, you're a hard worker. This is your livelihood. You got to do this. So you're invoking these aspects to make sure that you put up good. Drag your token out. Good kind of barricades, and seeing your work, and kind of maybe heartened that a human who isn't targeted by this would stick up for the little guys. You get some of the other spirits that are helping you. An umbrella with a leg, for example.
Yeah, I would say that Aotoko helps too. And it's just like lifting up like the heavier objects around, just casually placing them down.
Okay, Aotoko, give me a, let's say, forceful roll. See if you can reinforce this barricade. Do you want a fate point? Because if you want to fate point that one, I will say that you will pass, because I think for these stats,
Yeah.
maybe a 4 is a little high. So what is it that you would want to? What do you want to fate point?
Yeah, I'll pay a fate point. I'll use my origin of being an Oni and being known for being a giant monster brute.
Right on.
So yeah, strong.
Very good. Yeah, use your brute force to kind of like make sure that all the heavy objects are in the right path to create an effective barricade. This probably isn't even your first dance with having to barricade a thing against humans trying to get somewhere. I mean, you're an Oni, and surely has happened at some point. you have some experience with making sure that humans can't just themselves brute force them, through a situation. And finally, Raven and Yoshimi. Yoshimi, we'll do you first. This is your customers. This is kind of like what you've been doing for your livelihood, and just like sort of same boat as Aimi. If you were to be kicked out, it would probably suck. I mean, you might be able to relocate somewhere, but it's not great.
Yeah, I was gonna say that she thinks Amy had a good idea and was gonna help with the barricading. And also, I was wondering, does Yoshimi just generally perform at the inn?
Yeah,
Basically. Okay.
I'd say you're like the local talent. You're like the local performer, entertainer, whatever you want to call it. Like people probably come to drink and like listen to you play and sing.
Okay. So yeah, she'll help.
You
Okay.
know, it's not very fair that there isn't, well, laws in place. You people are people too. She is kind of like side-eyeing the person next to her, kind of looking at them a little different. If you don't mind my saying.
Okay, you notice
that's
uh
nothing. Thanks.
Aotoko. During your research through all these laws, you notice something very alarming / nostalgic. There is one name further down, way down on the line on sort of like legal property ownership. Someone who actually does have a claim to the inn. A claim that could be basically legally ratified. It's a person you remember. What is your relationship with humans? Has it always been like pretty friendly, or have you been like hostile towards them, or have they been hostile towards you?
Probably on the whole, it may have been just out of fear and rumor and myth that they were a little more cautious or like scared of him or like more ready to be antagonistic towards him. But he largely, because his whole drive is to to make others look good, to help other people, uh he definitely tries to be more friendly to humans and try and help them out, but sometimes people don't want help from a spooky ghost.
Right on. Well, there is a special clause baked into the initial ownership of the land that says any partial owners or partners who have invested, who have not claimed their stake after a certain point, may pass that down to an individual, a descendant, should the descendant like step up and claim it as such, although the period for doing so seems to be midnight tomorrow is the expiration of when that can be done after somebody else has claimed that they're going to buy the property. And the name, far, 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 far back on the record, someone you actually remember beating up because they came to fight you, some foolhardy drunk by the name of Ryuhei Takagaki. The person standing next to you is Aimi Takagaki.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, if he's on his, would they have Uzix there too, or would it be
Oh yeah.
Dorobo derivative?
No, you sometimes get like cursed spam, but otherwise, yeah, you have Uzix and they work.
Okay, yeah, he's probably like one-handed, like moving some stuff that like he shouldn't be able to. Um, obviously, curse spam is one of those like send this to 10 people or like Bloody Mary shows up, but she actually fucking shows up.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
But worse, she's an MLM, so she's just trying to get you to buy beauty products.
Don't buy this. Or be cursed.
Yeah, she comes crawling out of your mirror. Your skin is so dry.
So dry.
Moisturizing cream only costs $20 wholesale. I'll sell it to you for 15, and then you sell it for 15, and then no, stop. Just go back in the mirror. Fuck.
You die if you don't sell 15.
Yeah, and then you just push her right back in.
So yes, the basically the long and short of it is, if you can hold out till midnight tomorrow, or if you can hold out for Aimi, she can on the exact strike of that time, like she can submit her own claim and possibly either take complete control of the inn or gain enough of a percentage where they can't just like kick everyone out like this.
Yep. Yeah. Looking at his phone, he would just kind of turn it towards Amy and just go, "This may seem a little odd, but you don't happen to know Ryuhei, do you?"
Aimi, for you, Ryuhei is a very distant ancestor who was supposedly famous for killing demons and spirits, and according to legend, personally one-on-one beat up a blue oni with his bare hands, and nobody else can say otherwise forever,
Except for the blue oni.
except for the blue oni who personally kicked his ass.
She's gonna look very nervously to the side. Oh, maybe that might be someone I know.
It doesn't matter about the past. If that is a descendant of yours, according to these dumb human laws, if you're here on the property at midnight, you have a stake in the land. The property is partially yours. You can keep us and yourself here.
Are you sure?
I mean, I don't know human law. You read it. And he just kind of kind of pops his wrist, and so the phone kind of goes into the air at her.
When she
Get a
reads
human
it,
lawyer. I don't know ghost. I only know ghost law, and there isn't a lot of it.
There's ghost law?
Well, I guess yokai law. I should be specific. Ghost law is the broad, and then it's narrowed down to yokai.
I've never heard of the yokai law.
And he just kind of shrugs and he goes, "I don't know. Everybody has to have a code."
Makes sense.
The door starts to move a little, like something's trying to get in.
Who's there?
It moves again with no response. The person can't make it past the barricade.
Is there a window?
Yeah.
I will open the window and look out.
If you open the window and look out, you'll see 7 figures huddled together, wearing differently colored armor. Who are some of them are shaking. One of them is convulsing. Another one has their head kind of hidden away in their arms, like curled up into a ball. One of them is just kind of wagging their head back and forth, going, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I feel like she'll probably just literally jump out the window at this point.
Jump out the window to confront them one-on-one? Or 1-on-7?
It just feel like, what the just be like, what do you want?
Can Amy try to grab her?
Yeah, sure. What color clothing is Raven wearing?
Probably red and blue.
Okay. So Raven, if you allow it, Amy will keep you from jumping out. Do you allow yourself to be restrained?
You should probably just start thrashing and go, let me at him.
As you are thrashing, did you break the window or?
No, just probably like open it gently.
Okay. A red armored arm pops in through the window and tries to grab at you. It doesn't quite manage to make it, but it does like swipe at some of the fabric of your clothing, and when it makes contact, that cloth just starts to burn. Like it ignites, like this thing just burned right through it.
Okay.
It can't reach you though. It can't do any damage. It just swiped at your we'll say maybe your sleeve and like it left like a burning hand mark or like just swiped through it entirely. And then a red armored face like pushes up towards the window and says, well, let me in, let me in. Justice, justice, let me in.
No solicitors.
It's
We're
trying to
full. No vacancies.
it's trying to force its way through. Let me in. Justice.
Oh. Amy's gonna swat at him. Oh.
And he gets swatted and eventually backs away, trying to guard himself. Ah!
Away! Out of here!
You can hear them outside. They're gathered, whoever they are, in a group of 7. If you were to look through the window now and you have like maybe a better view, you can see all 7 of them out there, different positions, almost posing as a group. One of them, the black one, kind of speaks up and says, "We're the Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad. We live here now. We're coming in to move in. Let us in for justice. Justice." And they all start repeating and chanting, "Justice, justice, justice, justice."
Oh no. Oh, I like you all much better than them. Oh no. The barricade's working though. And she goes to the barricade to fuss over it some more. Oh my, oh my. By the
I'll
way,
be back. And
Oh, is it on fire?
I was
Oh
gonna
no,
say,
it's on
Aotoko
fire.
probably goes running towards his room to grab his kanabo.
Oh yeah. Just as you get back, yeah, the front door starts to just explode and ignite as I'm gonna assume you all move out of the way for that.
yeah. Oh no.
Your barricade will keep even though they've just exploded through it, not all of them will be able to enter. It's still like kind of crowded, plus now very dangerous. You notice that the parts of the barricade that were particularly exploded were any parts that were white or painted in general. Anything that had painted wood has just kind of ignited and gone up. And finally, one of them steps in with a partner. Another one trying to push their way through the fire. There's one back here, the yellow one, tries to push their way through, can't make it, and just starts burning and screaming. The others don't seem bothered by this at all. There's another one that's on the outside, can't get in. One over here, can't get in. And then the red one. The one in the black who's up front does a pose quickly, starts shoving their hands through the air and punching rapidly, and then finally stops in a basically karate pose. We are the Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad, dispatched by the Dorobo Corporation for the purposes of justice. Those who stand in our way will be annihilated. We are empowered by the gods themselves to deliver justice, amusement, entertainment, high quality audio enhancement, and even home auto mechanic repairs. And now, you're going to be fixed. Your wagon is completely going to be repaired. Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad, assemble! They look back at the one who's yellow and burning and they start to pull them in. Come on! Everyone, use your powers quickly. And the powers are just them trying to pull this person.
Are we really letting this happen?
I mean,
no, she's talking to. She's basically talking to us. Are we really just gonna let them do this right now?
No. Can I swing my Kanabo at them?
Yeah, as soon as you start swinging, the black one jumps back, basically uses the yellow one as a just leapfrogs over their body, pushing them further onto like jagged wood and metal and fire, and just jumps out screaming. The blue one and the pink one are still in there though. Go ahead and take a swing if you want. Which one would you like to swing at?
I guess yellow.
Oh, yellow's pretty dead. Yellow looks very deceased.
Okay, yeah. If yellow's looking like they ain't gonna make it, then I'll go after blue.
Okay. Go ahead and make a swing against blue. Forceful, I'll say probably.
By the way, Amy's
Makes no
screaming
sense.
because it looks like Yellow's dead.
Is Yellow actually dying?
Yeah, yellow is actually dead.
I was gonna say, yeah, they are shoved into a bunch of on fire wood and not being let out.
Is there a way to help them?
No.
Okay.
They're very dead.
Oh no.
Amy's crying.
Jesus.
So here's what happens to you, Aotoko. This blue one rushes towards you when you go to swing and just bear hugs you. And under their grip, your skin starts to fucking ignite. Like, they're burning the blue out of you. This is a horrible experience.
Yeah, he probably lets out a very disgruntled and like pain-filled yell as I guess the blue is being burned off of him.
Yeah.
I guess what she'll do is she'll just start to just rush at the blue and just start hacking away.
Okay, go ahead and give me a I guess you have forceful. Yeah, go ahead and do forceful, I guess. Oof. Blue, if you want to spend a fate point, you'd absolutely finish blue off, by the way. These guys have 2 stress boxes and 1 consequence box.
I will spend the fate point and invoke Yakuza tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe how you take out blue then.
So first off, she sees him hugging, so she just leaps through the air and probably grabs her katana out and then it looks like she didn't actually draw it as she lands like right behind it, but like 5 seconds later his limbs just start falling.
Okay, yeah, he just falls. As he falls to pieces, you hear him yell, "You suck! Justice rules forever!" And then he just dies like very violently. He falls to the ground, and the blue on his armor looks like paint that starts melting off of him and just whirling around through the air, and then squirks and kind of goes over the fire and escapes through the door, leaving what looks like a normal guy with too much, like, he's pretty out of shape. The armor's off of him. It's just a normal human. And the same's true of yellow, by the way. The yellow has left them and just left like it looks like a school teacher or something.
Oh my god.
Pink sees this and lifts up, like, just adjusts her visor.
As you can see, we're a very violent crew, and you should be very careful.
Pink lifts her hands up into a karate pose. My calculations tell me that you have a 0.1% chance of surviving an encounter against the Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad. No matter what happens, we'll always come back. We'll always keep fighting forever. So no matter how many times you kill us, it won't matter. We'll just get upgrades. We'll just get new weapons. We'll just keep coming until you're dead. Black Moth Rainbow Squad! She, instead of spinning towards you, spins towards the fire, right into it, and just starts spinning and laughing. Forever! And then she just burns while turning into a tornado, and the pink color flies off of her, leaving what looks like a dancer who looks down at herself on fire and then looks at you and just starts screaming until she falls over dead.
Oh.
Well, okay, this is a little weird, even for the spice.
Well, unfortunately, once the colors have run out, you notice that behind the group outside, sort of off to the side, a new blue ranger has appeared and a new yellow ranger. And then you see a woman push her face against the window and bang on it and scream for help as pink paint begins to pour over her face. And then it turns and solidifies into a helmet.
Oh. Are the bodies still there?
Yes, the bodies are still there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess in theory we could just barricade this up with bodies.
I don't think that's gonna look good for our image.
No, it wouldn't. But these people ain't gonna stop anytime soon.
Amy's gonna rummage through, like, I guess the closest one would be the pink one's body. Or the yellow one. She's gonna look for, like, a wallet, some ID of some sort.
Well, it wasn't burned up. Maybe the hints that you get, this was just an average person, a citizen of Morioh. You may have even seen them around. This is not. They weren't into this shit, as far as you know. They didn't work for Dorobo Corporation. Pink one was just a dancer. Maybe someone you knew that did like local like shows and whatever. Like these are hijacked, possessed humans. And the one that seems to be simultaneously the most concerned for their well-being and the least likely to throw themselves into danger is the one in the back of the group, the one wearing the black suit, just rubbing their hands together and looking in at you.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is so evil.
Also, I thought Power Rangers was supposed to be good.
Oh, there's another thing, actually.
Yeah, this is one of those messed up Sentais, isn't it?
Oh, great.
Yoshimi, give me a careful roll. Actually, yeah, you give me a careful roll, but the rest of you are going to have to deal with something here in a second. You hear a flute, a very nice flute song playing, like very, very nice. It's beautiful music. There is some kind of, yeah, you can hear it first because you have a good ear for it. This beautiful flute song is actually kind of drawing you towards the door. It's drawing all of you towards the door. And the wreckage and the Sentai Death Squadron that seems to be waiting for you. Well, except for Amy, she isn't affected. You're not exactly compelled yet, but if the flute keeps playing like it is, the weaker spirits among you, like the little rabble, like one of them does actually just walk out the door past you, just slips by. And then you can hear it just getting violently beaten once it does.
So the flute music is coming from like
The outside,
where the Rangers are standing, kind of.
yeah, like out, yeah, it's outside past the door, past them. It's drawing the other little inhabitants too. Some of these spirits are just little goofballs, man. They're not like fighters, and they're not even violent. But you can tell if they get out there, if they get lured, there is something very violent waiting for them out there.
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You're a cat.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. I mean, it's really good though.
Must be professional.
Daoko.
Yes.
I would say that it's likely that you in your time know that you know what this is, or you've heard of it, because it's likely that people have tried to use it on you. It's called a devil's flute. It lures spirits. Humans use it all the time when they're hunting for them.
I don't like it. They're hunting us. I don't like it. I don't. She starts to tie herself to the pillar. I'd hold on to something if I were you.
I think maybe I will listen to her, and I'll use my hair to. Is it if it's long enough to tie myself to a pillar or something?
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and give me a forceful roll. You get your heir apparent. Yes, I did name it heir apparent stunt on that to create an advantage.
Nope.
Oh,
You want to re-roll that?
you
Maybe?
gotta.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There's
Yeah, I'll re-roll it.
There's
Right.
no way you can reroll worse.
Just gonna. I guess you could. The easy invoke here is you could just invoke prehensile hair and then spend a fate point. And you can re-roll.
Okay, I'll do that.
Daoko does offer some silk to everyone else.
Okay. Good. Daoko, give me also a forceful roll, I guess. Okay. So you both pass. You're able to create an advantage and secure yourselves, and that will allow you to keep your friends from being lured by this flute too. Does anyone have a solution to the flute music that they'd like to try out? There is one member of your group here who isn't affected. It's Aimi.
I mean, I admit my thought was just to invoke erupting graves and make it so that they have to deal with a bunch of shit all at once.
Erupting graves. You know what? Yeah, spend a fate point. Why not?
I will spend that fate point.
Okay. You spend one fate point and you invoke a scene aspect or create sort of an obstacle for that. It's not exactly your action, but it's something you've created, which is a grave erupting beneath them. So you hear kind of the sound of the earth shaking and cracking, and then someone going, "Oh, damn it! Drop my flute. Yozan, where's yours? What do you mean you left it?" The music suddenly comes to a halt, and you hear then zombie groaning. And then the sound of somebody kicking. It sounds like something else in the head, almost. Get off me! Stop it! For now, the flute music has ceased, giving you some breathing room. But in spite of that, or even with that, you still have the Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad ready and raring to get back in now that they've refreshed their numbers. They seem like true to their word. They will be an endless kind of pursuit of you. Even if you kill them, restrain them, it's possible they could just spread the possession to other humans and just draw them into this conflict. And they don't seem to care much about losing their people or about the humans that get hurt. Humans, by the way, some of these people are those who would come and offer and be friendly and listen to you sing or just buy you a drink. These are innocent people that are being drawn in by this, whatever this is. It seems to be, upon closer inspection for all of you, something that you are somewhat familiar with, but not really. This isn't a stand. This is a demon. This black one in particular has the eyes, the shape of it, the movements. This is definitely a demon, and that realization is one that can definitely send shivers down the spine of any supernatural being, because demons, while you guys may be reasonable, are almost never quite reasonable at all to deal with. They are very strange. They are very persistent, and they are very passionate about whatever it is that they what animates them. In this case, it's hard to tell exactly. Yeah, in this case, it seems to be justice, but another one said something about science. Um, The red one just seemed to be bloodthirsty. Hard to say. But with that, as they're like trying to make their way in, we'll take a quick break. Let's take 5 to 10 as we come back. I'll say that you guys next scene you'll have a little bit of breathing room. Maybe could have like made it out of the lobby, gotten your people away from. I mean, once you get them, for example, once you get them out of the lobby, they'll be at least far enough away from the flute song that they won't be too badly. Maybe they won't be affected by it. So that might be a plan of action for you if you're feeling like, what do I do now? You know, that could be it. I don't know. You have some options here about what you can do. You can try to get to a different area so you're not exposed to that flute song. Get to the roof. You can get to try to pack into a room. Up to you guys. How do you feel like you want to handle it?
The key thing I'm feeling like is need to draw out the Black Ranger into open. Not sure how to do that.
Well, I will say that you'll notice the Black Ranger he's there, you know?
Obviously.
So he has to be within, I would say, a certain range of his fellow Rangers for them to operate.
Did you say the flute music is still playing?
Well, it's been temporarily halted so that you guys can escape to a better position if you want, or you can try to barricade the lobby up again and see if you can counteract the music. It's up to you.
How many floors are there here, actually?
I'll say like 5 sounds reasonable.
Okay. I mean, I feel like we could probably draw them up to the 4th floor. Get them into a nice little, I don't know, like smaller zone, and and then the other guys will have to kind of get to us to even get the flute going. That's my opinion. Is just draw them up to the 4th floor, so that the Jorogumo has somewhere to hide and strike, and to just try to lure them up.
If Aimi understands what the situation is, like, do you guys mention that the flute affects you and you're scared of it?
Yeah, Daoko did mention that it's used to hunt us and that we should hold on to something or to tie people to things. So it's probably pretty obvious.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. She's gonna.
And she.
You got it?
No, she has just recommended to you very quietly from behind a pillar, hide. Because specifically you have to stay hidden in this building until dawn so that we can claim this property.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have to call Ryuhei actually? He's the one with the claim.
That guy's like 300. It's like that was like hundreds of years ago. The guy's long dead. This was like when Morioh was established, kind of history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give him a ring.
He's like your great grandfather or something.
So what you're saying is we summon his spirit.
No, she just has the name. She has the claim to this property. We have to wait until dawn, I believe.
Until midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say Aotoko will turn his head back towards Aimi, and are you out of hiding?
What?
Or are you still hiding?
Me? Oh.
Yeah. Daoko.
Oh, she's like peeking out from behind this pillar, so you can kind of half see her. Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, then he'll just look over towards you two and just go, "Hey, Kumo, get her out of here. Take her to the onsen."
What name did you call me? What does that mean?
Because you've never introduced yourself, you shut-in. So he only knows that you're a spider.
Okay. No, she nods and she starts to like slowly reach out for Aimi and like sort of draw her into the shadows.
That doesn't feel ominous. Giant spider girl, just come here. I'll protect
you.
you.
It's okay, I'm helping. I'm helping, Aimi.
Just hear the little like cannoli tip taps of her scurrying off. That'll be fine.
Amy will go willingly.
You are in fact dragged into the darkness
and you do not see. I would imagine you do not see us like leave. We just are gone.
Oh, never mind. She's squirming a little then.
So we like you. I imagine it feels like you just suddenly like pop out a kotatsu upstairs or something. Like one of those covered tables or something.
Oh.
Like you know, like you just like
She's
you kind of
yeah, she's looking around. Oh, she's quite spooked.
yeah. Can I? So we're retreating to upstairs, I think.
Yeah, that's your
All of
plan
us?
to
Yeah.
retreat upstairs, and you're gonna try to get her to the onsen. Is what we're doing here.
Oh, sure. Those are blessed waters. These are cursed things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In that particular case, then, if you are doing that, then let's see. Well, we'll go back to the splash screen. Boop, boop. Your opposition is really this guy. I mean, his friends are all here, of course, but you will notice that as they move, actually, red is the one at the front. The black one kind of hides behind the whole formation. So once you have cleared that area, and what about your fellow spirits? You kind of get them all out too, right? You're moving them around to different rooms and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these rangers, Black Moth, Super Rainbow Squad, they break in with the red one at the front, who howls, "Woo! Justice!" And he starts just knocking around the bodies that have been like killed so far.
I hate it. It's gross.
He tries to lift his head and sniff around. I can't tell where they are, but they're here. We need to move into our rooms, team. I'm the leader, Red Moth. Ha! He starts doing like punches and kicks. And then you finally hear one of them in the back. You hear, you hear them chanting, "Fun, fun, 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 fun," and they start running around the lobby, just tearing down whatever they find, smashing the place up, in some kind of frenzy. And finally, the red one sees the crowd of them is whipped up and says, "Now is the time. Summon your enchanted weapons." And he pulls from thin air a bat dripping with blood. Bloody bat! And the green one pulls out a bat that has a visualizer on it. Rhythmic bat. The blue one pulls out a handle, and then water splashes on the ground. Water bat. Oh man. The silver one just takes out a bat on a chain and starts swinging it around. Justice bat. Pink one just spins a bat around on her finger. And the black one doesn't have a bat. He just like kind of holds his hands together and kind of shakes and shivers and looks around and starts scratching at his own helmet. The yellow one just takes out a sword. Bladed bat. It is just a sword.
That's cheating.
They start like smacking their bat against the walls and the pillars and the glass, chanting. You can hear it echoing throughout the building. Fun, 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 fun. They're getting they're whipping themselves up into a frenzy basically right now. Let's see if what they can do. With a 2, it seems like it's not enough of a frenzy right now for the Black Ranger to get like proper cover against any actions you might take as they try to swarm through the building. But they are Fun. They are currently trying to. It's almost like they're just creating as much havoc as they can to shield him from attention, to make enough of a distraction. They will try to make their way up to the 4th floor. Is there anything you guys want to do to try to barricade like the stairs, or trap the stairs?
I was gonna say maybe like trap it with like spike traps, or like basically spike traps made out of wood and stuff out around, like breaking parts of breaking bottles and stuff, just going just laying it down on the ground for them to step on.
We're not trying to kill them. There are people in there.
Yeah, but they're also trying to kill us.
We just got to get to the one in the back. Well, give me.
I'll lay some traps.
Yeah, give me some rope.
Yeah. She'll pause and give him some rope. Yeah.
Just start stringing it up everywhere. I mean, they'll catch it on their bats, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
What color is the rope? It's like white, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is bad. There is somebody who can light white on fire, which isn't great.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. In the meantime, also, Yoshimi, the other residents are very panicked. You can try to calm them down with your singing, I guess, if you want, as a way to counteract both the like influence that the flute might have had and their own strange little chaotic natures. I'll allow you to, if you want, you can roll to kind of like create advantage, or create a scene aspect rather of organized resonance, basically.
Yeah, sure. So what do I do for that?
Oh, flashy. Yeah, you pass. Okay, that is a free boost that you guys can invoke if you want. If you want the resonance to help you out with an action, you can get you just get a free +2, and you can also invoke organized resonance afterwards if you want. This will also help in case they get attacked. Since they are not panicked, they won't make any risky decisions like trying to mob on the squad or run away and get attacked individually. They are right now not chaotic. They're not panicked. So all the little spirits are kind of counting on you guys to save their fucking asses, because these guys apparently can beat the shit out of spirits no problem. They with fists and feet can just like beat down ghosts. Not to mention they're bats now. They have bats.
Bats. No.
So you created you were laying down traps along the stairwell and ropes. So I will need kind of a combination of roll. Well, you know what? We'll say yeah, we'll decide on based on a few rolls. Starting with Raven. Raven, go ahead and give me a clever roll to see, just how well you are, how capable you are of this. What stun is that?
My versatile style. It's
Wow.
for creating advantages.
You can absolutely use your stunt for this. Profiled situation. Daoko, give me also a careful roll. Horrible for them. I'm going to rule that. So Raven successfully set up the traps according to like kind of not necessarily wound or maim them, but funnel them towards like the silk. Aotoko, yeah, you're just really good at directing Daoko and providing, doing your guru thing, stringing it up. As creating an advantage, as well as like obviously with your own brute strength stringing up some pretty good, strong, secure lines. And Daoko's careful nature as a spider woman helps to make sure that everything's like secured nicely.
I'd also like to attach little omomoris to them as well.
Okay. So here's what happens. As they are trying to get up, first of all, they jam into the stairwell. Fun, 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 fun. The red one leads the charge with his bloody bat and runs right. We'll see. Oh God. He immediately gets when they get trapped in the silk, is it just like a spider web?
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs up, tries to jump over one of the lines, trips, his ankle gets caught on it, he gets swung around and just gets smacked face first into the ground, KO'd immediately. He struggles, or rather, he doesn't struggle. It looks like his suit is just animating him to struggle. As the body inside is limp and dangling, the suit itself is trying to force him to get out of the situation, but it's not intelligent enough on its own, and it just ends up wrapping itself further in the silk. Unfortunately, Red Ranger is out. Blue Ranger attempts to jump over the Red Ranger's body. The Red Ranger's body suit grabs the Blue Ranger's ankle and causes him to slam face down onto the ground as well. And then the two of them are just dragged sort of by the tensive strength of the silk rope. The Blue Ranger in particular, as he has one arm out, he's just screaming, "Justice!" as he gets dragged along the glass and metal spikes, or just wooden spikes, with kind of, it doesn't sound very pleasant because it does pierce through the armor, which, upon further realization, is just really hard paint. The pink one is going to attempt to create an advantage for the next one to go through. She looks at it and says, well, if we all go in at the same time, we'll all be able to just go right through this. It can't hold all of us. Go ahead. Go forth. Black Moth Super Rainbow Squad. And then all of them attempt at the same time. She failed her roll to create advantage. The Silver Moth attempts to karate chop his way through the silk and then says, "Enough of this! Let's burn it all down! Ha! Here I go!" As he starts to ignite it, the Green Ranger attempts to stomp his way through it, ends up stepping on the Red and Blue Ranger as he does, and then looks like he's almost going to jump past through the rope snares, using them as a foothold. Yellow Ranger does sort of manage to slice through some of the ropes, but the problem is that they're all kind of entangled now, except for the Black Ranger in some way. And the White Ranger just ignited it, resulting in the Green Ranger and Yellow Ranger both realizing far too late that they are all being swallowed in a just fireball. They start to howl and roll around as their suits ignite, and they fill the whole stairwell with smoke. You see in his panic, the Blue Ranger pulls out the water bat again, but it just splashes uselessly on the ground, and he screams, "No!" You guys have a turn now of what you would like to do. Is these guys are burning up pretty quick.
We are near the onsen, correct?
Well, we'll say it's not too far away from like the not too far away from the stairwell that they were trying to get up.
I guess, Daoko, since you are a giant spider woman, could you drag all of them, or is that a job that I should be doing?
They are on fire, so we should probably grab like buckets or something. And
oh no, I was just gonna grab the ropes. They're all wrapped up. So just if I can drag the ropes to the onsen and throw them in.
As long as the ropes don't burn, we can try that. And And she is a giant spider woman. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but
I was gonna
her-
say, I was just asking in terms of like relative strength, because obviously you're a spider. These are your webs, and I know
Yes.
you would trap people and or things to eat.
Yeah.
I
just
don't
you
know
haven't seen that she's a giant spider, but you are correct. She is in fact a giant spider woman. Like she is a lot bigger than she seems because she hides all the time.
I will say that now may be the time to invoke your organized residence.
Oh.
You can invoke. They can give you a hand with this. Like you have so many hands that can like help you pull and try to extinguish these flames and get these people not to die.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that generally in the trope where everyone's going like pull all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what happens then if you guys are down for using that for that purpose.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. Since you were the one to organize them, go ahead and use Flashy again. Oof. Well, you have Pop Duet, so if you want to sing to get them to, you could sing a nice work song, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, why not? It's for your stunt. Like you sing like an old style, folksy, labor song kind of thing. Out of both your mouths.
Yeah, a duet with myself.
Mm-hmm. That makes that a 3. And if you use the organized residence and the advantage that Aotoko made earlier on this roll, the boost of like the work that he put in, how well the rope has been like laid and everything, that would turn your roll into a 5 and then basically an 8. So that's why creating scene aspects and boosts are really good actually for this. You can roll a 0 and just get an 8 and you didn't spend any fate points to do it. If you really wanted to, you could burn a fate point, but it's not really necessary. If you use all those boosts, then I will say the residents of the First Light Inn are able to kind of pull it together, use their collective paranormal strength and abilities. You even notice that there is a resident you do not recognize who has joined the effort. This guy.
Just a whole deer.
Yeah, it's just a deer.
Okay.
It's not like a Ghibli Studio deer where it's way too big, or
no, it's just a normal deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Normal
it
deer is
helping?
I don't trust them because I live too close to like Appalachia and they had not deer, and then deer are just weird.
Yeah,
They're fucking weird. I don't like them.
I admit.
They eat your tomatoes.
How big
Yeah.
is the deer?
Normal sized deer.
So still pretty big.
Yeah, it's still pretty big.
Okay.
Actually, it's a little bit smaller than a normal deer.
Daoko gently resists petting the deer.
You don't. Aside from the urge to pet the deer, there is another strong urge that you have when you see this deer.
What is it?
The urge is to bow.
Oh, I do a little tiny head bobs, a bunch of them, really fast in a row.
The deer bobs its head in
Oh yes, okay.
Very good. This is just a polite bowing deer, and it's here to help. Once all the residents have like banded together, including the deer, you are able to get the team into the onsen. They are very, very badly burned. Once they get into the waters, the paint has like mostly burned off of them. They look pretty badly injured, but they are alive.
Is the paint coming off of them any, or like trying to find new hosts?
Yeah, the paint got really badly burned, so it's not exactly moving super quick. It's like kind of curled up, hardened. Is attempting to flee, roll away, but it's mostly crumbling right now. It's just kind of it's chipping off. Aside from the as you were dragging this group, by the way, the black one was kind of getting forcefully dragged as well, as if by an invisible force. and it even tried to like cling to like a door or a wall, and it couldn't. It's just being pulled along with its fellow rangers.
It also goes into the water.
I'll say, yeah, sure, why not? It's forced into the water. The other rangers right now are taken out. The Black Ranger is the one that's left.
Anyone want to talk to this demon?
Hey, buddy.
Black Ranger kind of looks, it just curls up into a ball and then starts trying to scramble to collect paint chips. You can hear it mumbling, fun, 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 fun.
What do you think you're doing? I should just start slowly approaching.
You hear crunching sounds as you get closer. Fun, 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 fun.
Does it look like it's eating?
Yes, it's when you if you were once it turns around to glance over its shoulder at you approaching, you see its visor has parted in half like two jaws, and it's shoveling paint chips into its mouth. Fun, 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 fun.
Okay. That's real creepy. I should probably pause this.
Yeah, even the polite deer is backing away.
No, it's not fun. You need to leave people alone, whatever you are.
I don't think it's gonna listen to you.
It
Fun.
should.
Yeah, it should, but I don't think it's gonna. And he kind of levels his kanabo.
It points at your kanabo. Baseball.
Yeah, yeah, baseball, buddy. Do you play?
It starts to spasm. And it just paint starts to pour out of its mouth. And the paint just pours down the front of its like chest. And its suit starts to melt.
I'm moving way back after that.
Beneath the kind of river of melted, multicolored paint, a new shape emerges from the madness. It tries to stand up, and you can hear slorps, and you hear a bone break as its leg just gives out underneath it, and then you hear it snap back into place with a wet crack. Fun, 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 fun.
You don't look like you're having much fun, buddy.
It starts to try to do karate poses.
I don't want to sound crass, but I mean, this thing's not looking good. Should we just take care of it?
Probably, but let's just all take care of it with one blow, I guess. Let's all pitch in.
Yeah, and he kind of chokes up on the grip of his kanabo and just goes, "I'll aim high, you aim low."
You got it.
All right.
And Raven kind of positions her sword in a lower stance, kind of preparing.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna try and finish this Slorpy rainbow zombie.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give. Well, how do you want to do? You want to create an advantage and then execute an attack, or do you both just want to do attacks on it?
Yeah. If possible, I'd like to create an advantage because I had a dumb anime idea in my head, and I want to do that.
Yeah, go for it. What's it going to be?
Should I roll first, and then we base kind of on the success of that?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I'm guessing forceful. Oh, clever. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna try and use my stunt again, so that the advantage gives us +3, but
Right on.
+1. So
okay.
I don't know if that works, if that passes or not.
A +1 probably. You could spend a fate point and it would pass. I'd say.
Then I'll do that.
Okay.
And I'll invoke my make others look good.
Okay.
Since it's gonna be me and Raven.
Okay, Raven, what are you gonna do?
And she's going to probably wait for the opportunity he gives, and then rush forward with him, probably to finish him off.
Pause. The DM crashed.
Wow. Oh no.
Oh
Good,
no.
that'll give me time to write a stunt.
She is taking advantage.
Oh no, I can't, because the
Yeah, 'cause
server
the-
dies.
yeah. I was
No!
gonna say if you write it down, you can just add it in after. If you don't.
That's true. That's true. I think maybe I should be able to give my fate points to people who have one of my little Amamoris.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
It breaks the Amamori though.
I was gonna say because I think at this point,
Yeah.
Amy has one. I have one. I think we may all have one. But I know the yeah.
I
at
think
least
it's just
two of
you
us-
two right now. Yeah.
That's
Well, maybe the singer. I like the singer's music, so she probably has
But
one too.
I
I
was
think
gonna
the
say,
only one.
well, I think it would be based on if she takes it or not, because she doesn't like you being a creepy
That's-
spider girl during
that's
your sets and like
true.
scaring people.
But you'll probably find one like hanging from her mic. Would you take the Amamori hanging from your mic?
Yes, I would. I would think it was like not. I don't like really dislike her or anything.
But you are
Yes.
kind of creepily stopped though. Like
Hmm.
you kind of. Well, you have eyes in the back of your head, so
Oh, true. So I'm probably like, "Ugh, there she goes again."
there she goes.
I don't know if this sounds weird, but I was thinking of just doing like a more traditional Power Rangers kind of. We combine all of our weapons into one and fire.
Oh, sure. All of your weapons?
See, my thought was in creating the advantage, we do the dumb anime thing I was thinking of. So it just seems to be the two of us that are
Yeah, I
murderers.
was.
But we do that thing where like we're both running like parallel, and then like last second we do like an X like cross up. You go low, I go high,
Yeah,
and then
that's
like
what I was
and
also
then just
thinking.
like giant iron kanabo like right to its skull jaw, and then you just going right through the middle.
Yeah,
Weird paint goop.
yeah, that was my second thought.
Yeah. And that was what I was trying to create an advantage for, so that it would go off well
Okay.
enough.
Go ahead and
It
do
really is.
A 3 and a 3. So you which one do you use your boost on?
I'll also use my fate point on this. I mean, why not?
Okay. So you're gonna use your fate point.
Yeah, if Raven's gonna use their fate point, I'll use the boost.
Aotoko, you go right through. You're aiming for the skull.
Yeah, like I was kind of imagining just swinging my kanabo like up and just kind of like popping its its head or jaw off or
Mhm.
up at least, and just really cracking into it.
Yeah. You go right through. You go right through the skull. Just blorp. Raven, your blade also sort of starts to go in, but stops. So you get stopped in the middle of your cool the cross attack. If you were to look down, you'd see this thing has its hands clasping the blade, and it sort of catch the blade style even after it's passed through the body or passed like halfway in. It seems to be just holding it there and like fighting against what you're doing. It's going to turn sort of its half destroyed, demolished like head towards you, and then proceed to blow 2 fate points, invoking its aspect's actual leader, and that it cannot look away as it turns its head towards Amy and holds your blade. It looks like it's trying to reach towards her, but while it's holding your blade, you cannot move. You are actually going to be compelled right now. You are stubborn as a bull. You need to like continue to press or just kill this thing, press your blade through it, whatever. Letting it go, letting this thing like this thing made of paint catch your blade is kind of like, I don't know, dishonorable in a way. Like it's like some kind of abomination.
I'll say, yeah, she's of course. I mean, she can't refuse. She wouldn't refuse anyways, but she definitely can't.
As you continue to try to press your blade in and it's pointing its head towards Amy, the distraction that it's currently doing right now is that it's hiding the movement of the paint that's being like exiting its body. So I'll let you notice, I guess, or give a roll to notice first. Daoko, go ahead and give me give me a careful roll. Unless you want to fate point that. You might want to. There's something really weird right now about this thing, and it's not just that it's made of melted paint.
Sure. I'll spend
You just need to spend 1. to pass. No, you know what? Actually, you need to spend more than one. You need to burn all of your fate points to
Really?
pass this.
Oh,
Because
I-
it
yeah,
passes
okay.
side roll. Okay.
She is focused on protecting Aimi right now because this is her only home. This is her only crawl space, and she has also given all her blessings to this girl, and she's even nice to her as like a weird spider person, which is like her high concept. She cares about, like, this person cares about the little things, and she appreciates that. So she's actually really protective of Aimi, and she just spends all of her fate points to try to protect this ramen girl who is always very nice to her. This shut-in spider.
Then you are the first one to notice this. Both Raven and Aotoko are covered in paint. Just single hues. The blue one is on Aotoko, so that's why it was hard to notice. And the red one is on Raven's clothes, the red portions. It's actually sticking to those portions specifically. And it's not burning those things. It's like bubbling and moving. It's animated. From now on, you guys will have some difficulty with physically dealing with Black Moth Super Rainbow. But that paint, it looks dangerous. It looks extremely dangerous.
Oh, well, I do announce that to everyone. I'm not. What do I make of that, though?
Okay, Aotoko, you need to roll against an attack of 8. As this, the paint quickly tries to move down your body and wrench your arm right out of the socket, and I mean literally dismember you.
I don't know what that would be. I guess that would be forceful to try and force it off.
It's like weird. It's like bladed liquid. It's like if you were hit with a water jet. So you're gonna have to, I think, do. I was gonna say actually careful, but you have a stunt specifically for this.
Yeah, that I can.
Yeah,
I can circumvent being careful and forcefully do something anyways.
yeah. So go ahead and give me a forceful roll. Oh God. Do you want to re-roll with a fate point?
Yes.
While you are, just as a warning, as a part of this thing's mechanics, if you spend a fate point while you're covered in paint, it will get a fate point as well. Like that fate point goes to it. So you can use it, but it gets a fate point basically. Yeah, I mean, it could save you from losing an arm right now. So
yeah, I may as well give it this one. Because yeah, I need to get the paint off and or stop my arm from being removed. So I need to do at least one of those things.
Okay.
I ain't doing that with a negative.
Throw me a forceful roll. Okay. With a 3, I mean, you're rolling against an 8. It's still gonna take an arm, but to be a moderate consequence easily. Do you have another fate point? Or you out?
I mean, technically, I know that Daoko added a stunt.
I spent them because I'm dumb.
Well, no, but you have your stunt that we can.
Yeah, but
your Amamori.
Yeah, but I spent my fate points because I'm dumb.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's using yours as a pool. Okay, then never mind. Yeah, I guess the arm's just gonna go.
All right. Well, in that case, the arm is super resistant to being pulled off of your body. It's just like sheared off. You can see after it's been removed from, like, can they? I don't know. Maybe. After it gets sheared off, it actually still flexes and forms a fist. And if it was attached to something, it'd probably throw it right at this demon, but it can't. Instead, it just reaches out for you, Aotoko, as if you could try to help it. As the paint completely slides over it, and you see it form into a more armored gauntlet that starts to increase in size, and then that arm slides right towards the paint skeleton and locks into place over top of its current arm. You're gonna have to pass the same roll, Raven, because it's going for your left leg.
Okay, well.
And you can hear it screaming as like the arm attaches, It says, Blue Moth. For you, it's going to say, Red Moth. Ooh, a 7. I don't think it's going to be able to pass that. Let's see. It can't. I have, well, I actually could. It cuts you, but you don't lose the limb. You do feel your legs start to jerk towards Black Moth Super Rainbow, but it doesn't detach. And you also notice the arm cut that Aotoko took. It's not bleeding. It just looks like it's actually been like as if it were made out of clay, just blocked right off of his body. So it's like a clean, weirdly clean cut. You don't even see bone or anything. The skeleton kind of hobbles back and forth, hops, and then looks around in confusion, and then reaches up with its new giant arm and pats at its like splattered skull, as if looking for eyes. It can no longer stare at Aimi. Apparently, I'll say who do you want to take the turn after you, Raven? Popcorn initiative. Who you pass to?
I'll pass to Daoko.
Okay, Daoko. This thing currently has a sort of enlarged armored arm and no head. It seems to be reaching around blindly for a moment. It's distracted. What would you like to do?
Man, her first instinct is just to hide Amy again, but I don't. I guess I can throw some strings at it to try to just like slow it down.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it. You would roll. This would probably be forceful. 2. The Black Moth Super Rainbow Demon stomps right through the strings. They'll slow it a little, but it seems to be fixing its sights now on the deer, and it kind of throws red paint out again at the deer. Just a whip of red paint. It's going to attempt to like do a bladed whip almost from its remaining arm, its normal arm. Let's see how it does. Does anyone want to try to intercept this attack? The deer doesn't have. It has like 0. It's just a deer.
Amy will.
Amy will. Okay.
Oh no. Okay, then Echo will too.
Well, only one can. Only one. Amy, go ahead and give me a roll.
Do you want to careful
Quick.
or quick? Okay.
Quick. Okay. You've thrown your way in. You've by doing this, by being baited, sort of. It's almost like this demon wanted one of you to throw yourself in the way of this thing. Amy.
Fucking rip. He crashed again.
Oh no.
Yeah, he'll be back in like, they want to do a 3-minute break, I guess. Ah, there we go. There goes the server. Son of a bitch. The slowed down Jam Project song is kind of cracking me up. Because the situation, it like doesn't work.
It sounds so.
No, it's great.
It sounds great, but I'm just like, maybe
For
it's
me, it
because
doesn't
of the
work,
crash
is
so
what I
much.
Oh, why doesn't it work?
Cause like, well, I mean, Black Ranger's creepy, but
It's a melting Power Ranger.
yeah. But, oh no, man, no.
How do I stop these crashes?
Was he just like blue screening?
The thing just like straight up turns off. You know?
That's weird. I wonder if he has a power problem or something.
Maybe it's related to I want to say
Well, it's not like it
power
shuts
set
down.
problem or something.
You know, you just
It,
get
it
like
just
the
sets.
screen.
I feel like that is a watt issue with power watt system. Maybe
I have no idea.
it sounds like something's going wrong with it at least.
Aha, I'm back.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I'll just use this fucking non-video fucking wallpaper for a moment in the event that for some reason the video is causing me to crash. It shouldn't be, but you never know. All right, yes, welcome back. Though I am back. The Foundry is back up. To resolve what happened there at that moment. Let me look at your sheet real quick. Yeah, Amy, you also you lose an arm. Like it just slashes your arm right off at your other arm. So Taco lost his, we'll say left. You lose your right, and it just whips the arm back over to its body where it gets painted and covered in armor and increased in size. And you hear it say, "Red Moth, link up!" Trying to sputter out through the half a skull it has left. The deer bows for your sacrifice.
Oh, Amy's quite horrified and quite in shock. But the deer's okay, so.
I'll let you pass an initiative to who do you want. Who do you call out to like act now? Yeah, it's now you can. Yeah, now you get what it's trying to do.
That just leaves Yoshimi?
Yeah, I think that's how you say it.
Yoshimi, what can you do in face of this? In the face of this incredible threat.
You can like punch him with her hair. I don't know.
Sure, go for it. Forceful roll, I guess, is what you would want to roll for that. Do you get a bonus for that? I forget. It's like a +1, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna roll higher than you for that attack. So you can punch it to like knock it back a little, but it doesn't seem to take much damage, and it only seems to be increasing in strength now that it has 2 arms. So it is getting more powerful per piece that it's adding. In response to your hair attack, it will actually try to cut off one of your long hair tendrils.
Okay, and does it succeed?
You will have to roll against a 7. So go ahead and roll forceful again, I guess. If you have fate points, you probably want to dump them. How many fate points do you have?
I have 2.
Okay. It's going to dump its fate points. It has, let's see. I think I haven't used any, actually. So
No. What?
Yeah, it's taking that hair. Don't even worry about it. It's just gonna take you that one tendril of hair of yours. It's you're lopsided now. Just shears it right off with paint. And you see it pull that hair tendril towards its leg, its left leg, and cover it in almost like a hair boot that gets painted over and covered with armoring. It has 2 pieces left that it needs. Well, yeah, 3 actually. It's still missing 1 leg, the chest, and the head. You technically all have like a consequence on you. I should have mentioned. Yeah, you're missing your arm. I'll say Aimi, same. Oh, you have that written down in your sheet. And then for you, Yoshimi, you just have bad haircut. I guess as a moderate consequence. Yoshimi, who do you want to pass initiative to? You currently Raven is the only. Well, Daoko's also okay, but everyone else, Raven and Daoko are okay, but everyone else is like down a thing, an arm, your hair, that sort of thing.
Right. I'll do Raven.
Okay. Raven, this thing is looking really beefy right now. With the extra leg armor, the extra arms or armor that it has on, it's actually looking like it could probably deflect your blade pretty simply. So this may require a more graceful approach than simple brute force, but it is up to you. You did get a fate point back from your stubborn as a bull thing, and you no longer have that pain on you, so you don't have to worry about it severing your leg right now.
I'm just thinking, and there's Jesus. I mean, the only thing I can think of is try to should have just point her blade up and just smash its skull in.
Oh, its skull is already smashed.
I'm just thinking, and there's doesn't really seem like there's a weakness that I can see.
Well, you will notice that it seems to be fixated on stealing limbs. Yes, there is blessed water. I suppose if you want to try to use that in an attack.
I guess she'll just try to use the blessed water, maybe. I mean, I can't really think of anything else.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Give a. You want to? What do you want to do? Like try to splash it towards the thing, or?
Yeah.
Aotoko, what's your idea? Real quick, I guess before we get to that wall.
Mine was to use my Kanabo to splash the water at it because
Okay.
it's more of a blunt weapon, so it'll cause a bigger splash at least than a sword, technically, I guess. But yeah, I was just thinking the same thing of I'm gonna splash holy water at it.
It is a hot spring. In the back of a thing. It's obvious that this isn't just a naturally occurring thing. There's probably like water's being piped in. There are pipes around. You have a blunt weapon. You have a weapon sort of to do the job, but you might end up breaking your blade if you do it, Raven. You can start to smash the waterworks to try to get it, like cause this thing to get really sprayed with searing hot holy water, blessed water. Really smash up the onsen waterworks, the ducts and such.
That's something she'd do because
I was gonna offer up, since she has a blade, could she help? I don't know, like either not cutting holes in the pipes because that would let the pressure out, but I guess like open it up so that the pipe is basically just aimed like a aimed
like a precise cut.
Yeah, so that there's like one hole or like one slit in the pipes that just like is gonna hose this thing once we get the pressure backed up enough.
Okay. Go ahead to roll to create an advantage then.
Okay. What approach?
That'd be forceful, and you can use your stunt. Nowhere is safe because technically it is an obstacle, sort of. It's not. This isn't an overcome an obstacle roll, but I'll allow it. So that would be a 5, and that means you pass without having to spend a fate point. You were able to make a precise cut, aimed, angled just right, so that if someone were to smash it, that would hit this thing with basically a geyser of boiling hot holy water. And I'm assuming that you'd want to give your next initiative to Otaku for that reason.
Yes.
And I will definitely do that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a forceful roll. So a 4. Let me see. Okay, so you spray it with the searing hot holy water, and you can see the paint starting to run off of it, but it's standing firm, trying to shield itself with its newly acquired arm and steadying itself with its newly acquired leg. It is currently vulnerable, and because you can see the paint starting to pull off of its body, but it isn't gone down yet. So whoever you give initiative to should probably try to finish it off entirely. There's one person who hasn't gone. If you'd like to give initiative to them,
A deer.
I was gonna say the deer.
Yeah.
I mean, I do kind of want to pass it to the deer now. I'm very interested.
Okay.
I guess I'll pass my initiative on to the deer, but I do want to, in character, just be like, strings, and like he looks back towards Daoko and Yoshimi, and they'll just be like, grab those limbs, and he's like kind of pulls back, like he's gonna keep just denting in pipes until like enough water pressure just peels this thing off.
Okay. You know what, Daco? Go ahead and give a roll to create advantage. I think with your strings, if you'd like. Passive
Oh.
opposition 3, because it's 2 actually, because it's currently being deluged with boiling water.
Forceful?
Yeah, forceful or sneaky, actually.
Oh.
So this whatever it is +1, so 5.
Okay.
Good. So you succeed with style. That means the next roll gets +3.
I sprout out some strings and try to pull the arm back to open it up to the water.
Sure. And
Yeah.
you can see that it's trying to burn away your silk, but the water is quickly extinguishing the fire before it can even do any damage to it. The integrity. So, it's currently just a mess of boiling water, string, and paint. Can't go anywhere. It's just screaming.
Arts and crafts from hell.
Yeah, Yoshimi. I will say that in your time, Yoshimi, you have seen that sometimes creatures of the forest are able to act as conduits for holy might and energy. They're sacred creatures of the wild. And this deer right now, as it's staring, you can see that it thinks that this is a very rude demon. You can roll to create an advantage for the deer by, well, how do you think you could encourage the deer? I guess, yeah. This demon isn't bowing. Doesn't even have a head to bow.
I mean, does the deer like singing?
Well, I was gonna say bow to the deer as
Oh,
like a
that's
hey,
true.
it's your turn, and then it'll bow back knowing it's its turn.
If you bow and sing, you'll be able to create advantage with your stunt.
Okay, yes, I will bow and sing. Wait, but should I was thinking what Aotoko said is try to like grab at the limbs also after I do that? And like
With
is
your
that
remaining
is
hair?
that in order to like sort of immobilize him? Or
Sure.
what?
Yeah, you could do both. Go ahead and roll to create advantage. With forceful, you have a +1 to it. Passive difficulty is a 2, like before. Okay, you pass. So you're able to, I guess, bow to the deer, and then grab the limb with the hair. Let's see. Amy, do you usually have tea on your person? Say you
Yeah.
have a bottle of iced tea, or I don't know, something.
Okay, yeah, sure, she does.
Just tea leaves.
Yeah.
She
Just on her.
She just picked some earlier, sure.
Okay. Use. I'll say you can create an advantage for the deer if you want by feeding it those tea leaves, giving it the energy that it needs.
So she just desperately reaches into her little wherever and just like holds out the leaves to the deer.
Mm-hmm.
Please help us.
The deer is impressed with your politeness and will gently chew the leaves politely, giving it a small caffeinated boost. Go ahead and give me a, we'll say careful roll, because you did everything carefully there. Okay, you pass. Let's see how it does. With an 8, so the deer basically, you see that after all the preparations of all the advantages, actually that I think is a 10, not an 8. So it has a 10. All the advantages that it has had created for it, and the fact that you've all been very polite and the way that you've conducted yourselves in the inn. And even though it's just a normal deer, it is inspired to strike down this unholy abomination. And so this very normal deer, with this thing held down and covered in boiling holy water because of everything you've done, basically you just see it spring forward and then jump through the chest of this demon, exploding paint into all directions. It basically rockets right through this thing, completely demolishing its upper torso, causing its limbs to drop off of the body because they're too heavy to be supported by the scraps of paint that were there. It has been more or less killed. You can see that the paint is still wriggling and writhing. But this thing is completely demolished. The deer, after it destroys this thing, goes and starts washing itself off in the water because it's not very polite to be covered in paint.
Are our limbs still available? Can I get my arm back? I don't know if it'll attach. I just want it back.
Yes, you can put it back on.
Oh, perfect. I put it back on.
It's still got armor on it.
Then I don't put it back on immediately.
I mean, the armor seems to be inactive. You just have an armored arm if you put it back on.
Can I take the armor off first, or is this a new permanent feature?
New permanent feature.
Upgrade.
Then if I can't pull it off, then I will put it on.
In time, perhaps it will chip off or fade, but for now you have one armored arm. And the same is true of you, Amy. You also have one armored arm.
Wait,
and
what?
Your arm is just covered in armor, and it's bigger than it used to be.
I would say Aotoko probably attaches his arm and doesn't really think a lot of it because this is weird spirit stuff, so this just kind of is a thing. But he does pick up her arm and bring it over to her and is like, I don't know if you humans can attach these back, but mine went on
No, we
pretty
can't. Oh,
easily. No, hang on. Let me
what?
just try. Hang on.
She's
Um,
panicking.
and he's like, "Hey, it'll be all right. This is it's spirit magic. Trust me." And he just clicks it right back in like it's a Barbie doll.
Swap.
Just yeah.
Yep, just pops right back on. Savvy, but nope, it's an arm.
Oh,
Yeah, see? There you go. That's the
oh.
I mean, it might be a little weird. I don't know. I don't know when it'll go back to normal. That's a thing it's just gonna do now. Oh.
Help me feel haunted, she says, and she slowly sinks into the water up to just like her
Oh,
eyes.
I was gonna say yeah, up to like her. Yeah, is not even her nose, just her
Yeah.
eyes. I feel like you're gonna drown if you stay down there. Spiders, are there swimming spiders? I don't know.
She makes several bubbles.
I
I'm
think
gonna
so.
take that as a yes.
Thank you for your help with my arm.
That's no problem. You're
Do you want to drink afterwards? Because this is a little messed up right now.
yeah.
I could use a drink.
Yoshimi, you can put your hair back on if you want. It will just be armored hair.
Yeah, I was
What
gonna
does that
say she
mean?
like
Are the individual strands armored, or is it just this chunk?
It's a chunk. It looks like a giant like armored sleeve around the
So
hair.
weird.
she's kind of
She's
like
appropriately
like
JoJo's now.
desperately like searching for her hair and she does it become is it already armored like
Mm-hmm.
okay.
It's like bundled and braided and wrapped in armor.
Mm. She's gonna be sad, but she'll put it back on. Yeah.
You know, if you lie well enough, you could tell people if that's a hat and make it a new fashion accessory. Actually, I could probably get you hooked up with somebody who could get a patent for that. You know, if you want to go into business to sell those. Yeah.
Are you really doing this right now?
Yeah. No, hang on. Let me. Do you have one of my cards here? And he will just pull a card out from his like jacket robe and give it to her. Also, and he doesn't even look back, but he just throws a card back at Daoko, just goes, "I'm gonna get you out of this house." I mean, in a good way, not like in a rude way. You live here.
She kind of hides behind Amy, despite you knowing that she's a giant spider.
Doesn't matter. He needs the clientele more than he cares about your spider body. He is an ogre.
It's more like it's futile to hide behind like the softest human.
Well, I was gonna say it's like a 2-year-old hiding behind like something that's bigger, that's smaller than them, and just pretending to be hidden.
Exactly.
The residents of the inn seem to be overjoyed that you've destroyed this terrible demon. One of them has, in fact, made a small paper crown to put upon the deer's head. It seems to accept this with a bow. You have cleared the hot springs and the hotel of the demonic threat. However, one of the smaller little yokai looks like just a small chick, like a yellow fluffy chick, gets shoved over by an incoming bastard. Just stomps in, making way for more of these mechanical men to step in. They're now moving into the back parts of the inn where you have the hot springs, and of course they are joined by the twins, Sunny and Yuzan, who first of all look around at all the paint, and Yuzan immediately walks over to Sunny and starts collecting a sum of money. Told you they would beat it. Told you. The thing sucked. Sunny pays out the sum of what looks like 500 yen, reluctantly. Sunny pushes up his glasses. All right. Looks like you guys maybe put up a fight or something, but it doesn't matter. Because the time has come to evict all of you with exorcism. Using my sacred blessed arts, I will clear every single one of you. Where you go, I don't care.
No, you won't. And Amy, like, walks up all huffily. We found a loophole. Wait, no. Law. Yes, she's kind of looking over in, Aotoko's direction.
Oh, I think my Yuzik is downstairs, or I broke it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, she has a claim to the house.
Sonny folds his arms. Really? Well, let me see the paperwork then.
Hang on, and he'll kind of fish through his pockets to find his Yuzik, and then we'll pull up the documents that he found that have Ryuhei's like name and stuff on it. I'm the Oni that he fought. By the way, I don't know. I was there.
Sonny
I
takes a
witnessed
moment.
it. Oh wait, yeah, witness. That's the word.
Yeah, he looks through the documents, the records of Ryuhei, Japanese law in this matter. He double checks it. Shows it to Yazan. Yazan just shrugs. They look at each other and then they look back at you. Well, as it is midnight, you've won. You defeated me. He just seems like to deflate a little. Man, I really wanted this in. It would have been great. Could have had executive parties, getaways, celebrations, birthdays. Ooh.
Have you ever thought about just asking us? You know,
I mean,
maybe
have you?
we could help you.
Yeah, we are an inn. Like you can rent spaces. They're available. You just
We're
Hmm.
we're practically what you call a reason for tourism.
I mean, yeah.
Sure, but nobody's going to want to stay here now that there's all those dead bodies downstairs.
We'll clean them up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean that. Why can't you do that? Aren't they your bodies?
I don't know any of
I mean,
those
not your
people.
bodies.
Yeah, but whatever. We can handle it.
Okay. Well, as you are now part owners, he looks down at his watch. Yeah, damn it. Part owners. I suppose we can't make a majority decision about it. Okay, fine.
I mean, it's 6 of us and 2 of you, so
It's not how this works.
he just shrugs. He doesn't know, but he knows that there's 2 of them and 6 of us,
Why
so we have
not?
majority.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us. He points to the robots.
They have a stake?
They. But that's not how majority works anyway. None of you, only one of you has a stake. We are still the majority holders, but
I mean, you're
legal
just
involved.
one company.
Yeah. Look, this is going to be a bit of a mess. So in the meantime, here's the deal. You can stay. All of you, except for the deer. You can't have a deer in here. He points at the deer with the crown.
The deer
The
is
deer's
The deer's our
staying.
mascot.
Deer stays.
Well, you're going to need a license.
how do we get one?
I don't know. He starts looking through his Uzik
Don't
again.
you? Yeah, don't you work for a company? Don't they do that? It's all branding. Hang on.
You're going to try to brand.
Well, yeah,
Mascot the deer.
I said it was our mascot. That's why we have it. They don't know any better. And clearly I can just lie.
Okay, this is how you'll
As
be able
long
to
as it
sell it.
annoys Sunny, it works.
Go ahead and you're a lifestyle guru.
Yeah.
So you're
I'm
gonna
about
try
to make this deer's life.
okay, use
Living with us,
clever
eating apples.
to try to create an advantage for the deer. You're gonna try to profile the deer, get the deer's brand up. Yeah, that passes.
Hey.
What's
What's the name of the inn again? I didn't write it down.
Oh, the First Light Inn.
Okay.
I'll say Raven and Daoko. With your sharp sword and Daoko's thread and silk weaving abilities, you could probably make a banner, an impressive banner for the deer. So
Sure.
go
Why
ahead and
not?
give me a. I guess give me a quick roll because this is kind of like you're doing it quickly, Daoko. Ish. Raven, give me also a quick. No, flashy. It does not like it matters, but
Oh
oof.
God.
It's kind of a sloppily made banner, but it works, I guess. You can fate point it if you want, I guess.
I'll just fate point it. I mean,
Okay. Now I'll say, you get your fate point back. Wait, not like it matters. We're getting towards the end, but like you're stubborn, so you stick to it. I'll give you that compel to more intricately and more like basically elaborately cut this banner properly. And you can use the paint, some of the paint from the demon if you want.
why not?
Go ahead and give me a reroll.
Okay. Oh my God.
Ah! It's even worse than before.
She just added it.
Oh
No,
my
it's
God.
it's the problem with painting with like oil paints where like she painted and then it looked kind of messed up, so she tried to add more paint, but it was a different color, so it's slowly just turning this brown goop.
Oh.
Because
Didn't let it dry.
yeah, it's all mixing together and just
Yoshimi, you're a singer. You could come up with a theme song for the deer real quick, I guess, if you want, for marketing purposes, using your flashy roll.
Sure.
Most abuse +3 I've ever had in a session. But go ahead. It's all 5. Yeah, you pass. Oh my God.
Oop.
I
much.
rolled forceful on accident first.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, okay. Well, so a 5. And Amy, is there any input you want on like how to market this?
I could use my stunt. Like, he's an attractive man. Maybe she, wants to, fussy up the banner a bit. I don't know how, though.
Just use careful to like fix and correct the banner, I would say. God, these rolls tonight are so bad. What the fuck?
Wait, no,
It's not accepting any changes.
it's with my stunt, so thirsty.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean it passes, but God, this banner is harder than the demon to kill somehow.
That's true.
The banner does not want to be made beautifully.
It's a tie-dye banner. We had to stick it in this pool several times.
Okay, so you create a very nice, like first it's very rough and the paint is messy and smudgy, but then Amy fixes it up while doing kind of like dancey, I guess, motions to be impressive and distracting from the fact that you have to do very basic repairs to this thing. And finally, yes, after so much work, the deer does look cute with the banner. It does have a theme song provided by the singer. Sunny and Yozan approach the group and observe this deer and kind of nod along to the song a little. And then Sunny kind of puts his hands in front of his mouth as he finally puts a hand forward and bows his head slightly to the deer. The deer passes the roll and bows in the right time, does not drop its little crown, and does it just right precisely under the banner at the right angle. Sonny nods his head again. Okay. Sure, Deer can stay.
Yay, good. I'm glad we have an agreement then.
Nah, we'll be going through this again at some point. Gosh darn it. Whatever. All right, we're leaving, but we'll be back at some point. In fact, I may at some point in the future use these facilities to house a few people that are coming in from out of town, like business associates or something.
Yes, of course, you're welcome.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll find a couple of rooms somewhere or make them, I guess.
Good. A lot of people say things about Morioh. They say that it's not a town worth visiting. It's had its day. People complain about the weird rock with the face, but me
Oh, I like
personally,
Angelo Rock.
yeah. I personally, I think it's okay too. I tried to buy it, but they wouldn't let me. Well, point is, I think all this pointless loss of life and suffering has taught me a lesson. Sometimes you don't really have to completely change everything about an area when you want to move in. You can let the locals do the work for you. Yeah, in fact, you can just work here at the inn, all of you. And when we need stuff, you can just do it for us, right?
Do we get paid?
Sure.
What do we get paid in?
Mm, Curses.
Excuse me?
Oh, I mean curse removal services.
Fair to me.
All right. Great. Yeah, you know what? Letting the natives do the work makes a whole lot of sense instead of just. He kind of looks over at your group. Yeah. And he kind of wags a finger. Yeah. All I have to do is threaten some people, make it seem like I'm big and scary. And then when I allow you to do the work for me, then it just makes it look like you win. But then you do the work. And then I don't have to do anything. I can focus on other stuff. Genius. Genius, Sonny.
Is he saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, so long. He just turns around and leaves with his entourage.
Oh, he's nice.
I don't think he's the brightest around.
I don't
Daoko
think
makes
he's a
a
lot of things.
and Daoko just makes a very soft hiss of disapproval. No.
Yeah, Yoshimi shaking her head.
In the days to come, you'll find that Sonny is so impressed with your body removal services and making it seem like nothing happened at all. The law doesn't even seem to notice what happened to those missing. They're just missing. That occasionally, there will be people that show up at the hotel, at the inn, um, who seem like they're lost. They're like they're business people. And strange, unfortunate things will happen to them. And your inn workers may actually sometimes just be asked to occasionally dispose of them. They're just dead humans. Just put them somewhere. In exchange, the ghosts will not haunt you. And in fact, no hostile spirits will really come near the inn going forward. Yeah, you didn't do that before. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it is like the happiness of the whatever.
Where it's a living corpse or whatever.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh my god,
I do not like the corpses in my crawl space.
it's like, listen, we gotta do it. We gotta bury these bodies somehow.
Oh.
What's the matter? It's fine.
I guess it'll keep the onsen area fertile.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, we have a giant spider lady. Like, what does she eat?
What does a giant spider lady eat?
I mean, I assume that she would eat normal food because she's got human upper half, but like in theory, she could wrap them up in spider silk and like inject them in with the enzyme that breaks them down, and then
Yeah.
and then we just have to get rid of goop. That's easy. That's
Yeah.
down the drain.
I don't think you could. Oh, she does not want to eat. Or do you bother her about eating corpses?
No,
I
no,
mean, I
no.
feel like there would probably be at least one. Would you? Do you though? It's okay if you don't. Do you though?
Oh,
There's
I
probably
mean,
been at least one discussion, and then once there was like a hard no, it was like, all right.
It was probably just like a vague hiss, and then she like disappeared.
it's like, wait. You could
What?
just turn into goop. You don't have to eat them.
Oh. Well, there you go. You guys defeated demonic Power Rangers. You saved the inn. Amy is
The
now
deer
the
saved me.
well, no, you guys didn't work. The deer just was there to bow its head and be polite. And plus, Amy did sacrifice her arm for the deer, and now the deer can be in peace. It doesn't care that you hide bodies. It doesn't seem to judge. After all, a lot of people get buried in the forest. That's okay.
Oh.
It's just a deer. You now have, on the next session, when your Aqua Squad actually goes to Japan, it's likely you will be staying in the First Light Inn as kind of a little base of operations. It is considered to be, we'll say, a good place for sanctuary, as considering the fact that Dorobo runs it, and it's notorious for being haunted, infested with spirits, and people disappearing into it. Most people know better than to try to fuck with it, like local criminals and such. Plus, there's like a fucking Yakuza assassin apparently that hangs out there. So, yeah, you have basically a safe sanctuary there. Probably one of the better ones that Dorobo could provide.
All right, cool.
I'm glad we're not exercised.
Yeah.
I was not expecting those weird power. That's a weird demon.
It's so good though.
It's so good. Yeah. maybe we just love Power Rangers too much.
Yeah, we're just fucking nerds.
Yeah, I got it. Maybe so.